What fits into this is another concept that we call themes. The Search Engine Academy has used themes as a framework for SEO, for search engine optimization, and in our training for search engine optimization since 2011 at least. Now, Google uses the word topics a lot. That's basically synonymous. So when Google says you should be focused on topics, and we also sometimes in our training will say you should be focused on people and topics. So that's basically a theme. And normally we don't recommend that you optimize or create a page for a keyword. We recommend that you create a page for a theme, and then that page might attract traffic looking for a variety of keywords that are clustered around that theme. Now, to create relevance, your content should be focused on the intent as it's centered around a theme. So if someone is researching a purchase, for example, you need to create content that takes in mind that this is pre-purchase research, because you know that eventually the person is going to make a purchase. So you might answer questions that would come up in a pre-purchase research, but at the same time, you would create the theme in such a way that it's intended to guide the user towards making a purchase decision. Now, let me give you an example of this. Let's say a searcher enters 1965 Ford Mustang. That's what we call their search query. Well, what's the theme? Valid questions about their intent would be, do they intend to buy one? Do they intend to determine the value of theirs because they want to sell it or insure it? Do they want to repair one? Do they want to restore one? Do they want to buy parts for one? You see, that one phrase might have, in this case, 5 different, probably more, but at least 5 that I've got on the slide, 5 different themes that could be tied to that phrase. So which one would you optimize for? It depends on what you intend to attract. If you are the webmaster, for example, I say Auto Trader here, which is a website that for buying and selling cars primarily. They may do more than that, but that's all I'm aware of. So if it's Auto Trader, which theme or themes would you be optimizing for? Well, the answer I think is clear. Both 1 and 2 would be valid themes. You probably wouldn't need to worry about 3, 4, or 5. So it's possible you might want to optimize around those themes if you think that eventually that user might use Auto Trader to sell their car, to buy one. But in terms of immediate needs and intents, 1 and 2 are your best option. And you can do the same kind of exercise for your own business. So now, developing content to address a theme. We have a lot of tools at our disposal to develop great themes. I'm not going to go into tools during this session. Most are based on different forms of keyword research, and we're going to be covering those tools and techniques in parts 2 and 3. So be patient. We are going to talk about developing the content, but these things will get you conceptually thinking in the right direction. Now, as far as the course is concerned, I'm going to give you just a couple of qualifications. The course that I've put together here focuses primarily on creating textual content. And I hope I have enough time to do justice to that. It's overwhelmingly the largest influencer of relevance. Search Engine Academy has a separate course of video content. And actually, I'm not putting a link up to it or recommending it because it's several years out of date, but we're in process of developing a new version of that course. It'll probably be released as a masterclass like this one. So we're going to leave video content aside for right now. And also keep in mind that the principles that you learn, which have a lot to do with figuring out how Google thinks, are the same whether you're thinking about image content, video content, audio content. The principles are always going to be the same. And it helps and will help you on all of these fronts if you understand Google's love affair with content. So these are quotes that I've pulled from many different blog posts that Google has up on their website. What is it called? Search engine. It used to be called their Webmaster Central blog, but whatever has succeeded Webmaster Central. So these are just a few. We won't read them all, but you can see great content is something that Google tends to be fixated on. As a matter of fact, it's almost a joke within the SEO community, sort of a secret joke, because whenever SEOs are trying to figure out why a recent Google update tanked, sometimes they'll say sarcastically, yeah, Google will just say develop great content, because that's about as specific as Google will get most of the time. They'll say, oh, well, your website might have been hurt by our update, but if you just work on creating great content, all will be well. There've probably been 1,000 Googler tweets that use the word great content.